going on, guys? Kieran O'Brien here, and I'm with Dennis Yu from Blitz Metrics, and today we're going to be talking about Facebook CBO strategies for 2019. So quickly before we dive into it, CBO means campaign budget optimization, and this is something that you've been able to do on Facebook for a while now, but it's something that's actually becoming mandatory in the next few months here. They were supposed to roll it out September 1st, but Facebook actually pushed back that implementation date. But anyway, long story short, campaign budget optimization essentially means that you're optimizing your ads and your budgets on the campaign level rather than the ad set level. So it's actually implementing a little bit of Facebook's AI into the ad set level distribution of spend, and so you have a little bit less control over what happens when you have more than one ad set in a campaign. So let's talk a little bit about the strategy that you should be implementing now that CBO is going to become mandatory.
So a lot of people are freaking out about CBO,
right?
And they don't understand why Facebook's doing it. They think that, oh, Facebook's making all these changes and they're trying to screw people over. What Facebook's trying to do is undo the detail targeting that most people are setting up. You see, when people are new at Facebook ads, they're like, oh, I'm going to micro-target exactly these people that are 18 to 24 and female and interested in cars, and then this other audience, and they start creating lots and lots of ads with lots and lots of audiences, and then those ads can't perform because they're targeted too small. They're not getting to the 50 conversions per ad set per week that Facebook's trying to drive to. But because you've limited the audience for each ad set, because currently at the ad set level, you have your bidding, you have your content, you have your targeting, you have certain other parameters. Facebook can't go outside of that. They want to drive conversions for you. They want to drive more leads, but when you put that, like you might even have ad sets that are converting for you, but if only we can increase the budget on that. And other ones where you're spending too much money and Facebook was like, oh man, I wish that they would spend less money. Facebook said, you know what we'll do is if we have a campaign and we have a particular objective for that campaign, let's say it's website conversions or leads,
right?
Why don't you allow us to take money from these different ad sets and move it between these different buckets? So Facebook, instead of trying to, in the last 10 years, they've been trying to teach people how to become more efficient and how to be smarter about setting up the campaigns, but they found that they just couldn't win that game. It was just too hard.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, on Facebook and Google and all these ad platforms, artificial intelligence is taking over, and a lot of this stuff that we're doing manually, we're not going to be doing manually in 9, 12, 18 months from now. So this is kind of the beginning of that trend where we're starting to see the AI and the machine learning of these platforms that have been managing hundreds of millions of dollars in ad spend over the past few years. They know they're a lot better at this stuff than we are because they've been learning and they've been seeing all of the ads that we've been, as human beings, manually putting out there onto their platform. So I love the CBO implementation. I think it's going to be really useful for marketers and for agencies out there if you know how to implement it properly. And at the end of the day, if you want to run ads the same way that you're currently running ads with the new CBO implementation, all you have to do is create and duplicate campaigns rather than ad sets if you really want to do it that way. But for me, I've been utilizing CBO ads in my own agency and creating like 3 to 4 different ad sets within that campaign, and I'm finding winning ads and winning ad sets much, much easier than I used to when I was split testing with even budgets or whatever. So
it doesn't mean you don't test. So I was at Facebook's headquarters 2 weeks ago, and we were doing training on this particular topic, and it's amazing how Facebook wants to be able to help us, but you've got millions of advertisers that don't know what we're doing. In fact, Kieran's shirt here that says Facebook here, this came from their headquarters. This is the only place that you can get this stuff. So think about it just for a moment. Understand CBO, which is not CBD. That's what I thought it was. What are they trying to do? Because we understand it from Facebook's point of view, then we know how to react to it. So what Facebook's doing is saying, look, how do we simplify the ability for advertisers to give us their goals, content, and targeting, and be able to take those ingredients and have the AI do what the advertiser intends, which is driving more conversions at a lower cost per conversion. Well, goals, that's why they have OCPM, which is bidding by objective. You have 13 objectives that you have on Facebook. It used to be that you had to bid per click or a particular action. We had 37 different kinds of ads 3 years ago. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
And people had no idea because Facebook's like, now there's only 20 kinds of ads, now these other kinds of ads. So they simplified goals to choosing a business objective. So when you choose leads, it'll go for leads, and you don't have to worry about what the placement is and what the click-through rate is and what the relevance score is or all that kind of stuff. They're simplifying the goals part. Content, that's the one that's going to take them another couple of years.
Right.
The automatic collection of content. So they're going to source that from reviews. They have different tools that you see when you're uploading videos or posts where they'll animate it. Tools like video tools that are built into Ads Manager.
Yep. I've been testing with those a little bit myself, yeah.
So they're trying to automate the content piece. And the last piece, targeting, that's what you're seeing here with CBO. So you have things like custom audiences, which are super effective for targeting, lookalikes, which are built upon those seed audiences, also built upon AI, built upon what's called a collaborative filter. It's like an Amazon, people who bought this also bought that. That's what a lookalike is. And CBO is saying, instead of just doing the general targeting, let's try to figure out how we tie in budgeting with that. So full automation requires having goals, content, and targeting together. And you're going to see these pieces roll out. You won't be surprised now that you understand this is what Facebook's strategy is. And in a couple of years, it'll be such that you can put items into the bucket, like the black box of your goals, content, and targeting, press the button, and the system will do everything for you. All the stuff you're doing now, I think of it as like manual transmission, you know?
Right.
Like if you don't know how to shift gears, right? Geared social, then Facebook is automatic transmission for you. That way, if you're having to mess around with checking your budgets all the time or turning ads on and off or whatever, you're doing something wrong. If your campaigns are so complex that you can't figure out what's going on, I was in someone's account yesterday, they had 412 campaigns. And it was out of control. They were also making $600,000 a month.
Okay.
So that's it's spending $200,000 and getting $600,000.
Okay.
So they're doing something right. But they had 412 campaigns, and I said, we sorted all of them, and there are only 3 or 4 that were actually making money. And of those, with campaign budget optimization and by having audiences that are and content that are organized together with remarketing, we actually could simplify it further. We see guys that are spending $100,000 a day with simple ad campaign structures. The funny thing is that the people who are new to Facebook ads, they have the most complex structures and they can't even figure out what's going on. So they're actually trying to fight the algorithm instead of letting the algorithm do the work for us.
And what I found is that those people that are spending $100,000 a day using very simple strategy, at the end of the day, what's winning for them is the content, right? The content, the ad copy, the things that are in human control still, they do it really well, and then everything else is automated by Facebook's AI and by everything that they do for us. So hope this was helpful, guys. CBO is a super interesting topic and something that we're going to see again rolled out on different levels of the marketing of the different marketing channels that we're including Facebook and Instagram. And so it's something that you definitely need to be utilizing in your agency as well as in your business if you're doing your own marketing. So I hope this was helpful, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you guys in the next one.